Welcome back everyone, it's Jack with the Crichton Chronicles, and I'm just going to do another video here. I know it's doing a lot of Pokemon, but I got a new collection. I did throw a Garbage Pail Kids in there, but yeah, so I mean, I'm going to have some mixed content, but I've been really focused on Pokemon now because I'm trying to get stuff graded. I just wanted to go through a new collection I came across a week ago, and met the individual through Facebook. Um, I'll just kind of like go through. I got almost all of it sleeved. We got pretty much a stack of Jungle, first edition. We got some base unlimited, and then I was kind of surprised at how many potentially. Well, I knew that there was a few, but not anywhere near but Shadowless. So there's some Shadowless cards here, and so I thought I'd just go through them. These are all non-foil, obviously. But I always try to separate any of the rares and just any first editions, period. There's more off to the side that's just base set or whatever, or if they're beat up. I've got some first editions here that are pretty bent up. They're not like bent creased, but they are, I love that kind. But they're kind of just warpish, and so I don't know a good way to fix that. I know with my foils they have like a curve sometimes, so I just put some really heavy books on them, and that seemed to do the trick. I don't know if that will work for some of these, and I'll give some examples because even though there's quite a bit of Shadowless in there, yeah, it was a little. I don't know. They're pretty beat up. But a lot of it's like the weird bending that's just doesn't seem natural. It's not like a natural curve, so I don't know if I can get it out of it. So, but yeah, I talked to this individual on Facebook. I don't think it was Marketplace. I think it was the board game group. And I think we took 2 days maybe kind of back and forth negotiating, and at first honestly I wasn't exactly sure what to expect because I didn't know if there was any shadiness with it. It was a collection that was found, I guess, in their brother-in-law's, well, I don't know if it was their work. I thought it was above a bar, like a residential area above a bar, and then in the storage unit, and it was just, he showed me the box after when I picked them up. It was just like in the top of a lid of a box, which was crazy. So to be honest, despite the condition of some of them, they're actually a good handful of them, or a lot of them are really in really good shape for that being how they've restored. I was actually really surprised. I'll share some of the hollow foils last, obviously, but those were the ones that were like looked a bit scratched and on the hollows and stuff. But for how they're kept, I thought it was actually, I was quite surprised that they weren't worse condition. So, but yeah, so we talked back and forth, and and he was trying to do some eBay. Unfortunately, the collection originally came with Charizard, which is kind of like the big card always, and there was some back and forth and debate on if somehow I could get that, but I was glad because he had originally sold that via eBay, and so it was kind of already out of the mix already. And I think that's when he kind of figured that it was a bit more than he was expecting, and then went to Facebook, I believe. But yeah, so talked back and forth, but there was also instances where like slowly some pieces were being taken out of the collection. I was like, well, I was kind of like looking to get the whole thing as is, but it is what it is. And yeah, so, and got some Jigglypuffs, which are cool. But yeah, ended up running out there, taking a look at them because I wanted to see them in person, especially because, like I said, some of the foils look like they were pretty rough. A lot of times more just around the hollow, just scratches on the hollow. But that's going to affect stuff, especially with grading. That's what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping to come across collections and hopefully find enough cards in there that I can grade and upgrade my own collection in a way. So, but yeah, So got some Eevees, got some Pikachus. One of these look like, this one's like really light. I don't know if it's like a sun thing or if it's just a printing thing, but it's only around the border, and I do have some others in the other collection I had gotten, and they had the lighter border too. So I'm wondering if it was like just kind of a misprint. I don't know. So, but these were all the first edition jungle. And I think that was the unfortunate thing. There was some first edition jungle foils, and I would have wanted to I probably would have paid more if they were still in there maybe, but I think they were pulled for a friend or whatever the case was. I was like, it is what it is again. So here's some base set. Again, I just take out the not foils, but the rares, and I usually sleeve any rare, whether it's popular or not, and then just the highlight ones, obviously Pikachu. So got a handful of Pikachus and Charmanders, and these are in pretty good condition, but it's just base set. I think they're pretty good. Yeah, these were actually pretty good in base set. The ones that obviously you would hope would be in really good condition is the Shadowless, and those did not pan out so well. But so some of the more highlight ones, I don't know if Magmar is. I always take them out because I just feel like Magmar is a popular one, but yeah, I don't know. I take them out. So, and these are just Shadowless lands. A lot of these are not lands, energy lands, because I think of Magic the Gathering, but and a lot of these are like really rough condition. I feel like Shadowless cards in Pokemon are kind of like alt 4th edition of Magic, where I feel like the cards get worn way easier and more so than the normal stock of card. I don't know why, but almost all Shadowless I come across, especially in other collections, the condition of Shadowless, the Shadowless ones are just way worse than like we saw just with the base set, where the base set actually looks really good and crisp. And so I don't know, maybe they just tended to play with them more. I don't really know. These ones were kind of what I was originally excited about. They're the red cheek or whatever, but one of them for sure is pretty rough. It's got creases and stuff. So that was a bummer, but you know, again, it was still a lot more than I was expecting to find in there. That's pretty much what I mean, these are the two, and they were almost taken out of the collection, and so I was kind of like, that sucks. But thankfully, I mean, we kind of hit it off. I still remember when we were talking, I mean, we started talking about this, but then it was like we were on to like board games and Kickstarters, and so basically, similar passions for board games, so we just got off on that until way late in the morning hours or night or whatever you want to consider it. But let me see if I can find some of these. Oh yeah, you mentioned you had the Arcanine, and then the Charmander. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like, I mean, if I set it down, I don't know if you can see it actually on the cam. It's got this weird bend that is, it's not creased. I don't know. It's almost like something was like, it was just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if I can get it out though. That's what I'm worried about. If I can, that'd be great. But if not, they're pretty much shot, I feel. So at least in terms of grading, I might do it anyway because I don't know if I have much. I also noticed some doubles, and I kind of wondered if it was kind of like my own collection. When I was buying, I had some of the same ones. It seemed like a lot of the same cards that I had Shadowless, because I have my own personal red cheeks and whatever, and I think I got them out of a starter pack or something, and I'm wondering if the original owner of these had bought maybe two of them, because there's two Pikachus and then the other stuff was pretty doubled up, and so there's like four of the stuff, and four Bulbasaurs, four Ivysaurs. So I'm thinking maybe that just is what, maybe it was set. I thought that the starters were, I don't know if the starter was a set like static cards or if they were randomized, but these were also, unfortunately, the Bulbasaurs were a bit bent, or was it the Ivysaurs? Oh yeah, it was the Ivysaurs, so they got some creases from the bends. I think it was the Ivysaurs here. But yeah, so then a handful of trainers. But yeah, so the Shadowless, and so that was cool. So I was kind of excited about the Shadowless because I don't know, I just like them. They are in rough shape. Here you can kind of see, like that's just like them kind of loose. So like they're just like, I don't know what it is. Like this one's pretty bent. So maybe I can flatten them. I don't know if the book thing's going to work for this. Because for the foils, sure, but I don't know. As long as it works with it while there's no creases, maybe. Like, I don't know. So I'm going to have to find out. But I've decided, I think, that I'm going to attempt to find stuff in here to send in for grading. I was going to do, you can kind of see the stack over here. This was the part of the stack first edition that I got free in another collection. And then just to the side of that is the stuff I already have, like, ready to go kind of, but I feel like I want to do first edition stuff first in general. So I'm going to try to find a few in this grouping and collection and do that. Oh yeah, there was this as well. Let me just get these over here. Try to be a little bit organized. And this was the only, I think, first editions that were in there, like first edition base set. And it would have been awesome, but the corners are toast. I know these are just energy, but I still would love to have first edition. And you can't really tell because my zoom on my, not even the zoom, but the focus, I have to have a set focus because autofocus doesn't work. But it's also got like I think they call it like the fat stamp or thick stamp, where the one is bigger and where it says edition is thinner. And I don't think I have any of those, so it'd be kind of cool. But even this Jinx is, there's a crease right here. And yeah, it's beat up, but it was the only first edition in it. Still cool. So, and then the foils, these I thought were, I was most concerned about because they were pretty scratched up, but I think the sleeves that were being used, I don't know if they're original or if who I bought it from kind of re-sleeve them into used sleeves, because they seem to use old. So I'm assuming maybe it was just the original. I don't know. But like this guy, I remember this guy was pretty scratched up. I don't know if you can see it because of the, oh yeah, there you can see a bit. But yeah. So but got a handful here. Oh, I guess there is some first edition. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's cool. For some reason, I thought the only ones were some evolution ones, and those ones I was super excited about, especially just for my collection. Yeah. So we got a few here. This one's really ripped up too, but got some base set Clefairies are pretty scratch up, but this one actually seemed to be in really good condition. I was excited about this because I don't have a Mewtwo, so I'll finally have one for my personal collection. Alakazam, Ninetales, I think I have a few, but I really like Ninetales. And then we had the Venusaurs. Now, the Venusaurs, this one was okay, the base set, and there was a Shadowless, but it is ripped up. It's like this, each corner, this one's maybe a little okay, but this is like, you can see it's got bends full of like scratches, and that's not even including the back. Like this is pretty brutal. So I'm probably going to grade this still just because I don't have one, so it'll be, I don't know, it could be a 3 or something for all I know. But I'd still like it. It'd be cool. And a Hitmonchan, Shadowless, but it's got some stuff. I don't know if that's going to come off. And then this one, I don't know if I would have said, because the Shadowless that I got that came, I think I have a not Shadowless, I have a first edition, but it's Shadowed Border. But this one's first edition without it, so I don't really know much about this, to be honest. If it's straight up first edition, because I'm assuming the one that I got was from that starter pack or something. Machamp is like one of the most common foils, I think, from base set. And so, and I think they always had the first edition, but I thought they always had a Shadow, so I don't really know. But, so, that was that collection, and like I said, I got a hand more off this side. Like, these are just standard, like, non-first editions, but there's a few in there that I took out that were kind of like highlighted. Some Pikachus, Cubone. I don't know if Cubone's as popular anymore, but Eevee and Flareon, but no other foils. And yeah, so I'm gonna find some stuff in here with PSA grading. I'm gonna probably have to I'm going to take a few, like, I don't know. I'm probably only going to do 10 because of the price increases, but I think I'm going to stick with PSA, especially because these are going to be for my personal collection, preferably, and I want them all to be the same grading company, same cases, so, and, yeah, so I'm really appreciative of coming across this collection and working with the guy. It ended up being great. There was no shadiness, no whatever with everything, and hit it off, and when I was there, he had a huge board game collection, so hopefully we'll keep in touch after this, and so maybe made a friend in the process, so yeah, who knows. But that's about it. Thought I'd just show that. I'm probably going to do some of the other collections I've gotten in more full detail and whatnot, and then when I find what I'm going to grade in here, then I'll do a video on that. So, and hopefully I can do more board game stuff, because especially now with board game, we'll hopefully be playing a lot more, and it'll just get me more inspired. So, but yeah, thanks for stopping by and checking out the video, and until next time, take care.